previous 2 years, I've never seen the group of guys as tight-knit as we are and having full trust in one another. So it's been a pretty awesome year, pretty special, and trying to just soak up every moment of this tournament and being on this team. And then hopefully we can continue this camaraderie into next year as well.
Yeah. And Coach, I want to ask you, the last time you were here, 2011, the MIVA had only won one national championship. Now they've won 3 of the last 5. How do you feel the national perception of your conference has changed since you were last year at Penn State?
I believe it's gotten better. I believe that the folks outside of the Midwest now understand that there's good volleyball being played in all parts of the country. I think there's always going to be some regional biases where maybe we don't have the strongest league top to bottom, but our top 5 or 6 can play with anybody on any given night and clearly win championships. So I think from a standpoint of just where the game has gone, it's in a much better place than it was 10 to 15 to 20 years ago when one league or one school was dominating volleyball. I think that's what encourages schools like Erskine and the Conference Carolinas and the University of Charleston to say, hey, we can get into this picture and we can have some success if we do it the right way, if we support it, if we get the right coaching staff and those sorts of things, that you have a school like Loyola that can put themselves on a national map. 2 national championships, and the only other national championship banner in their gym is from 1942 basketball that nobody knows about. So they're clearly relevant, and I think other people want to be relevant as well. So I think that's a great thing for the sport of men's volleyball right now.
That kind of ties into a question that I asked both Alan and John earlier about the broader picture state of the men's game. How much do you think it would help the men's program to have a major conference like the Big Ten, Pac-12, advocating for a men's volleyball league like they have with most other sports?
I think it'd be wonderful. Why it hasn't happened, I can't really tell you, but as I was walking the streets of State College with Kyle today, we talked about back in the dark ages when I was playing, University of Wisconsin had a men's volleyball team. Indiana University had a men's volleyball team, varsity status at that point in time. Where would things be if those 2 folks had stayed in it? And maybe we'd gotten a couple more to be involved. It makes perfect sense for me for some of those universities that maybe aren't the Ohio States of the world in terms of their football program or something like that to add some of those types of sports. I know the current head coach at the University of Michigan, after we won the national championship in 2011, he had spoken to Sean Byron, my assistant, and his AD was like, well, how the hell is Ohio State winning a men's volleyball championship, and why can't we? Well, you can if you just start a team. If you want to put a team up there, Ann Arbor, you're going to get some people to go there and play. You just have to be brave enough to do it. Now, I don't think that guy's still working there, but that's what needs to happen. Somebody just has to step up and get the ball rolling and say, we're going to spend some of our additional resources on helping other athletes have a college experience rather than just giving our current athletes more money to do whatever they want to do with. That's my personal opinion, and I wish more teams would do that or more sports would do that. That's why I think it's so neat that schools like UCLA and Ohio State and Penn State, who have some of the largest athletic departments in the country, are supporting sports like ours and giving these athletes a chance to achieve a national championship and giving them a great college experience.
Sorry. Miles, 1 or 2 lighthearted questions before we wrap on up here. Saw you were walking with Starbucks. What was your drink of choice today?
It was pretty not normal. I got a chai for some reason. I had too much coffee this morning, so I had to kind of mix it up.
All right, and then I don't know if you guys are done with classes this semester, if you're wrapping up, but what was your favorite class for this semester? And that's for both you guys.
I took a sustainable economy class this semester, and I thought that was probably my favorite class. And yeah, we're all done with classes too.
I think my favorite class was probably structural analysis. just because I'm civil engineering, so I can actually see it. It's like tangible, other than dynamics and stuff where I have to pretend like it makes sense in my head.